So here's question 21 from your assignment, tough one, and we're going to take it step by step using order of operations. So we're going to use BEDMAS to help us to stay on track, and the first thing we're going to do is solve these brackets right here. So we have 3/8 plus a quarter, so we're going to take this quarter and we're going to multiply it by 2, and I'm going to write this above. So it's going to be 3/8 plus 2/8 is equal to 5/8. And that's first done. So I'm going to write my 5/8 underneath. And then I'm going to go for my next one. My next one is exponents. So I'm going to go ahead and solve that, and then I'm going to copy everything down underneath so I can assess where I'm at. So that's half squared. So half squared is half times half. And remember, we just multiply numerators and denominators. We don't keep the denominators like when we add and subtract. So that's going to be 1/4. So 1/4. Now, because this half squared is basically sitting beside the other bracket, that means multiplication when they sit side by side like that. So we have 1/4 times 5/8 plus 2/3 divided by 1/3. And this is where most made a mistake, because most took the 1/4 times 5/8 and solved that, which is awesome, that's what we want, but then went ahead and added the 2/3. Let's talk about what we have here. We have multiplication, we have adding, and we have division. So what that means is we have to multiply and divide before we can add. So we have to be disciplined here, and we can actually solve the multiplication and the division, and then we're going to add those two numbers together. So let's do that. So 1/4 times 5/8, we don't care about the denominator. We're going to multiply numerators. There's nothing to cross reduce here. So 1 times 5 is 5. 4 times 8 is 32. And we're going to add that to 2/3 divided by 1/3. Now we have to remember about the reciprocal when we're dividing. So that's 2/3 times 3/1. Look at, we can cross reduce now. Divide by 3, divide by 3. That's going to give us 2/1. Well, we know that 2/1 is 2. Now, whether you keep it as 2/1 or you change it to 2, you're still going to come out to the same answer. So if you have it as 2/1 and you want to add these fractions, of course you have unlike denominators, so you would have to multiply this by 32 and multiply this by 32. That's a little bit extra work, but a lot of people will do it that way because they see the unlike denominators. So this would be 5/32 plus 64 32. And that means we're going to have 69/32. And then we go ahead and change this to a mixed number. So 32 goes into 69 twice. That makes 64. So we have 5 left over out of 32. But the easier way would be to say, well, if 2/1 is the same thing as 2, I'm just adding 5/32 to 2, and this is like adding 0 and 5/32 to 2. So that's just 2 and 5/32. There's lots of places where we can go wrong on this problem, so good for you for doing it. And now you can see how order of operations, really we have to stay strong, and how this works to get us to the final answer.